Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. In the One Piece universe, devil fruits play a crucial role and grant characters extraordinary powers and expand their range of abilities. Now throughout the One Piece narrative, we've witnessed that some important characters possess devil fruits, while others choose not to consume it due to the disadvantages it entails for the wielder. In Q&A sessions, also known as SBS segments, Oda often covers a variety of topics with a special emphasis on devil fruits. Now Oda once shared important information about the fruits that he would like to see the Straw Hats possess, as well as clarifying aspects that weren't mentioned in the manga. So in today's video, we're going to cover the Straw Hats who already have a devil fruit, explore the powers granted by these fruits, as well as the fruits that the author would assign to the other characters who do not yet have them. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, and even subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, there are some of the Straw Hats that have extremely powerful devil fruits, and others have just kinda average fruits. But when you put their powers together with their skills, they become quite a formidable team. Now there are those that don't have devil fruits on the crew, but Oda Sensei has often suggested that he would like to see some characters possess certain devil fruit powers. So let's talk about these characters. Starting with our vice captain and crew swordsman, Roanoa Zoro. He's an ordinary human who has strengthened his body through rigorous training and mastered techniques such as the Santoryu style, or three-sword style. Now Oda Sensei has mentioned that he wished that Zoro had the animenomi model Seryu, but not Zoro exactly, rather one of his swords. That way his sword itself could transform into a dragon capable of using extremely powerful attacks. This sword would also become extremely powerful in Zoro's hands, offering him a greater variety of combat possibilities as well as incredible enhancement to his already stacked powers. Moving on to Nami, the Straw Hat Pirate's navigator, she too is an ordinary human, lacking power and real brute strength like Zoro. However, she is extremely intelligent and could be in fact one of the most intelligent members of the crew, and is also able to accurately predict storms and multiple different kinds of weather changes. Through a device invented by Usopp called the Climatact, Nami can create storm clouds, gusts of wind, and various other techniques involving weather manipulation. Therefore, a really interesting devil fruit that Oda Sensei would like to see Nami have would be the Goro Goro no Mi. With this lightning type Logia fruit, Nami would gain the ability to be able to create lightning, which would combine perfectly with her Climatact, as well as Zeus, which is a cloud under her command and now lives inside her Climatact. So Nami could feed Zeus with the rays of the Goro Goro no Mi, making him bigger and much more powerful, in addition to being able to use the fruit for her own personal style of combat. Nami would be able to use lightning against her opponents, because she would be a lightning human, in addition to benefiting from the advantage of being intangible to projectiles and attacks that don't use Haki, thanks to her Logia form. Now among other possibilities, Nami really could take this fruit to an even higher level than we saw Enel be able to use it. Also in an SBS, Oda Sensei quipped about this fruit being in Nami's possession, stating that the fruit would pretty much make Nami virtually invincible against any opponent except Luffy, who of course is immune to lightning because of his rubber body. Continuing with the marksman of the Straw Hat Pirates, we come to Usopp. Now he too is an ordinary human and really is kind of the everyman on the crew. He's physically fragile, thin, but has incredible accuracy and has certainly developed his own very high use of observation Haki. Now during battles, he uses slingshots to provide support for his teammates. Oda Sensei mentioned that an interesting fruit for Usopp would be the Poke no Mi, or pocket fruit. Now this is a paramecia fruit that allows the user to store various things in pockets inside their own body. A fruit like this would be ideal for Usopp, as it would offer virtually unlimited storage, and it would also allow him to carry ammunition as well as other accessories in his pockets for use during battle. Moving over to Sanji, also known as Blackleg Sanji, he's the cook of the Straw Hat crew. Now during the Wano arc, we discovered that he is a scientifically modified human, and his body is beyond normal human capabilities. He's naturally strong, and his legs are used as powerful combat weapons. Sanji uses his legs because he feels that his hands should always be reserved for the fact that he cooks with them. So again, his legs are his main source of battle technique, but he delivers diversified strikes against his enemies, and his power's been amplified when he activates his technique called Diable Jambe. This special technique allows him to create flames from the friction of his legs, causing burning effects to his opponents. For quite a while, Sanji always wanted to have the Suki no Mi, or the clear fruit, which allows a person to become invisible. But he ended up giving up his desire for this fruit after witnessing the cruelties practiced by the former bearer of this fruit. However, this actually isn't the fruit that Oda Sensei would actually like to see Sanji use. In an SBS, SBS, Oda mentioned that he would love to see Sanji use the Sui Sui no Mi, which is a paramecia fruit that would allow the user to swim on dry land through walls as if they were water. Now on top of it, this fruit would also make it possible for Sanji to walk straight through walls. Oda-sensei continued by also joking about this fruit, saying that it probably wouldn't be a good idea to give Sanji such a fruit due to his perverted personality, and this could be dangerous with this additional ability. Therefore, he wouldn't advise it for Sanji to actually end up obtaining this fruit. Next, let's talk about Frankie, the Straw Hat Crew's carpenter and shipwright. Now he's a human who has modified his body and turned himself into a cyborg after an accident in his past. By turning into a cyborg, he already possesses several dynamic tools and weapons in his body. Oda-sensei stated in an SBS that there is no better power for Frankie than the Buki Buki no Mi, or Arms fruit. Now this is a paramecia fruit that will allow Frankie the ability to transform any one of his body parts into a different long-range weapon, providing him even greater advantage during battles. Although this fruit is quite simple, it would give Frankie a tremendous advantage in combat, allowing him to fight from a distance and provide greater support to the crew in different engagements. Finally, we have Jinbei, our helmsman. Now he's a powerful fishman that possesses strength, endurance, and speed far above that of a normal human, and it's further enhanced when he's underwater. Now he's also considered one of the most powerful fisherman karate practitioners that's been shown within the story of One Piece. In an interview with Katsuhika Hoki, who is the Japanese voice actor for Jinbei himself, he was the one who answered the question of what devil fruit Jinbei should have. Katsuhisa says that since Jinbei is a fishman, the ideal fruit for him would be the Tori Tori no Mi, which would be a fruit that would allow him to fly. And it wouldn't be a really big disadvantage to him for not being able to swim anymore because he can already breathe underwater. So friends, these are the characters that currently don't have a devil fruit and what fruits have been suggested by Oda-sensei during these SBSs. So now let's talk about the Straw Hats who do possess a devil fruit and exactly how powerful they are. Starting with the captain of the Straw Hats, we have Luffy, who is an ordinary human who became extremely strong through intense training and during his adventures after eating the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. Now this fruit grants him great freedom to use many new skills, but in its base form gives him a rubbery, stretchy body. Luffy's devil fruit represents freedom, and it's not just for him, but everyone else around him. And with it, Luffy has no limitations on his body or abilities. He's simply limited by his imagination. Now, having initially acquired a rubber body, with the fruit's awakening, Luffy can now modify his body in any way he wishes, becoming giant, small, or even stretching very long distances. Continuing with Tony Chopper, the crew's doctor, he's a reindeer who was born different from the rest of the crew. But after eating the Hito Hito no Mi model human, he acquired the ability to transform and reason just like a human being, as well as assuming a humanoid form thanks to his Zoan devil fruit. Chopper's devil fruit allows him to transform into a human hybrid and grants him that human intelligence and ability to communicate and understand people. But additionally, he also retains his ability to communicate with animals. And with his knowledge in medicine, Chopper can create pills and different medicines to amplify his animal parts, as well as his transformation into multiple different forms that favor different situations in combat. Next, we have Nico Robin, the archaeologist of the crew. Now, she too was born as a simple human without necessarily the same physical strength, but the devil fruit that she possesses makes her extremely powerful and deadly, and also offers a great versatility of abilities. As a child, Robin ate the Hana Hana no Mi, or flower fruit. Now, this allows her to project arms and legs into different remote locations, and as she releases petals from her body, these petals too can transform into other body parts when they touch a solid surface. Through the power of her devil fruit, Robin can perform multiple different actions with these body parts, as if they were an extension of her own original body. And Robin can even increase the size of these parts using many petals in one place, creating webs, wings, arms, ropes, pretty much anything she desires as long as it's possible. However, because these parts are an extension of her real body, whatever damage they sustain, Nico Robin takes as well. Finally, let's talk about the crew's musician, Brooke. Now, he was born an ordinary human, but was revived through his Yomi Yomi no Mi fruit, becoming practically an immortal skeleton. And although the fruit possesses more support style traits, Brooke has decided to become a swordsman and has extremely high fencing skills. Following the time skip, Brooke discovered that he could combine the power of his fruit in conjunction with his sword fighting style, getting many more powerful attacks. Not only that, with this soul manipulation, Brooke can move anywhere he wants with his soul and also has an ability similar to Conqueror's Haki. However, he can only seem to affect weaker souls on a smaller scale. So as you can see, each of these devil fruits provides unique power powers and extraordinary abilities to the members of the Straw Hat crew, which has allowed them to face ever-increasing challenges as we've moved through our story. Now, these fruits play a crucial role in their adventures, as well as the development of individual abilities and even parts of the narrative, which makes them a formidable crew in the New World, as well as beyond as we head into this final saga. So with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about this. What devil fruits do you think would go best with our members of the crew that don't yet have devil fruit abilities? Do you agree with what Oda-sensei said, or do you have some better ideas? Also, what further kind of development do you expect to see in some of our crew members that do have devil fruits? There's been a lot of speculation, even here on our own channel, about Tony Chopper's fruit, and that it might actually be a mythical level devil fruit. But what else do you think might happen with, say, Robin or Brooke, or even somebody else? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video today, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure to comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you all in our next video. Let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.